And to help us get a little clarity on all things political, Anna Palmer, the co-author of Politico's Playbook, joins us now. Okay, and I want to ask you about this. 4 states have filed lawsuits against the ban. There are multiple companies backing them now. How does the White House try and contain this? And do you think corporate America can really push back like this?
I think what we're starting to see is the White House is trying to get a handle on this PR rollout that was clearly a real debacle in terms of how it was rolled out, in terms of who found out, when they found out. The Capitol Hill kind of staffers and members have been very upset about it because they didn't know what was happening and felt like they were caught flat-footed. As far as these lawsuits, I think they're going to progress, right? And I think you're starting to see Apple's CEO and other companies come out opposing this ban, not necessarily that surprising. I think this is going to be a fight that will continue. What will be interesting to see is, does the White House offer any clarity, particularly on green card holders and some of these other kind of more controversial aspects of the ban?
Anna, today the UN Secretary General said the ban should be lifted sooner than later. But I'm guessing the United Nations is not going to have any sway with the Trump administration, given the sort of nationalist tilt that we're starting to see from not just the president, but the people that he's surrounded himself with.
I mean, this is something that Donald Trump promised on the campaign trail for months. So the fact that it's a surprise to a lot of people, it shouldn't be, number one. And two, I think what we're seeing is Trump really dig his heels in on this issue. There's no kind of movement, whether they try to win the PR war, that's one thing. I don't think there's any sense that they're going to be writing or, removing this ban anytime soon.
We know the Senate, in a little bit over an hour, the Senate is expected to hold confirmation vote today on Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State. More than 1,000 State Department employees have signed a dissent cable. What do you think Tillerson can expect if he's confirmed and he makes it into state?
Certainly, I think he comes into a State Department that is at an all-time high of concern about what Donald Trump is doing. These are some of the people who are on the front lines in those countries where Donald Trump might have some rhetoric that is inflammatory and that could cause problems on the ground there. And so certainly there's going to be a role for him to calm fears. He is going to be can he bring stability to the State Department and say he is this leader, that he can be the voice to some of these countries where Donald Trump has maybe kind of, thrown some shots across the bow in the first 10, 12 days of his administration.
Anna, today Republicans on the Finance Committee approved Donald Trump's Treasury and Health and Human Services Secretary picks without a single Democrat. So what's the point of the Democrats boycotting if they can just be bypassed? Why not stay and fight and at least get on the record?
Well, it was certainly an unprecedented move. I don't think Democrats, from what I'm hearing from staffers on the Hill, they did not expect Republicans to take this step. I think they thought they would have a second day of kind of this show, which is a lot of what's happening here, kind of the showmanship on the partisan divide between Democrats and Republicans on some of these nominees. Clearly, Republicans decided to call them in on this, and so basically they were able to move them forward without a single Democrat. But kind of this dance back and forth between Democrats and Republicans on Trump's nominee picks, certainly on the Supreme Court, is going to continue for the next several weeks.
So if Republicans, Anna, are just able to go over the heads of Democrats, how do they fight back and push back? Where are the pressure points on Capitol Hill? Are there any?
I mean, certainly we saw this in some of the hearings this morning. It will definitely be on display during the Supreme Court nominee process in terms of the hearings. There's been several Democrats who have said they believe that the SCOTUS pick should have a hearing. There should be a vote there. The question is going to be on the filibuster and whether or not Mitch McConnell feels like he needs to go nuclear on it. It's something that he has certainly been hesitant to do. I think Republicans understand that while they have a majority now, they could be in the minority very quickly, and they're starting to see what the effects of Democrats deciding to make some of those changes on the rules of the Senate have had.
Anna Palmer, thanks so much. We appreciate it.